at 60. Okay, Subaru Crosstrek Chronicles, episode 2. Let me get my speed up here. Car's broken in. Here's the thing I don't like about this car. Let me get up to 70. I'm gonna set the cruise control right now to 70. Watch the speed. It's dropping right now. I'm in simulated fake 7th, and it's not holding speed right now. And we're only at a slight incline, like 1%, and I'm gonna show you that on my camera, my other camera, as I film this. See, speed's dropping. I have my cruise set to 70, but the car can't hold speed, not enough torque. And I'm going up a 1% grade, and I'm gonna film it at the same time as I film this. Cruise set to 70, speed's dropping, 1% grade. Okay, let me speed up. I look like a jerk here. Film this. Cruise set to 70, speed's dropping, 1% grade. Okay, let me speed up. I look like a jerk here. So, this car needs more power. I'm not saying, all right, now I'm at a 0%. I'm at a straight now, so now it's holding speed. I'm on adaptive cruise. I'll leave it in 7. It'll adjust speed when I get close to another car. I like that about this car, the adaptive cruise. Real fast here with my other camera. 0% right now. 0% grade. Now it's holding 70. 0% right now. 0% grade. Now it's holding 70. % grade. Now it's holding 70. Not even in the lane. I'm gonna turn that off. I don't like that either. I don't like all these nannies. There. Okay. So I just wanted to do a little demonstration on that right now. I like this car. Why is it still beeping at me? It beeps way too much too. I like this car. Really high quality. I didn't think I would make videos about it because I didn't think I would like it, but I do like it. And now that the car's broken in, I'm able to see how much power it has, see how much performance it has, and it needs more power. I think it's 152 horsepower, 148 foot-pounds of torque. It needs more torque than it needs more horsepower because it did not want to hold 70 going up a 1% grade. That's nothing. I'm not saying it needs the STI engine. I'm not saying it needs 300 horsepower. It needs about 200. 200 would be perfect for this car, especially for 30 grand. This car starts at 22, I want to say. But if you're spending $30,000 on a car, you want 200 horsepower, especially in a little crossover SUV. 3,200 pounds, yeah, 150 and 148, 146 torque is not enough. Yeah, in the straights, it's holding 70 just fine, and my MPG is climbing even at 70. If I went down a little bit in speed, 65, I'm sure this car will get around 33 miles per gallon. I mean, check out that MPG climb. I resetted it on my way to work. Why is it beeping still? Oh, is it because this truck's in front of me? But yeah, that's the one, besides all the nannies, which you could turn off, all the beeping at you. You know, that's fine. You could turn all that off. It's good for elderly people, or if you like to text and drive, which you shouldn't do, but the safety's there if you just can't resist texting and driving. Put in normal drive right now. Just wanted to demonstrate the power there, or lack thereof. But yeah, in straights it's fine. Under 60 miles per hour it feels peppy enough, but Yeah, my theory on why there's not a more powerful engine in this vehicle. Subaru sells so many of them. Ever since my mom bought this, I look for Crosstreks now, and I see them all the time. I see about 4 or 5 a day. So my theory is, Subaru sells so many of these, why even put money into it? You're selling every single one you make with this underpowered engine, so why put a bigger engine or a more powerful engine? Why turbo it if everyone's already buying it as is? So that's my theory on why Subaru doesn't up the power on this car. I'll do a 0 to 60 when I get off of work. Headed to work right now. I'm about to get my food right now, but yeah, I just wanted to demo the whole yeah, will not hold speed on a grade, not even a small 1% grade. It'll drop speed like crazy. So yeah, after work I'll do a 0 to 60 run. I'll do it in a normal drive and fake manual mode. I'll do a separate review on the paddle shifters later. I like them. I actually like the fake manual mode in this car. It deserves its whole separate video. It's instant now. Now it wasn't ready for 2. Now I'm turning. Now you can't see it. Watch. Now see, instant at shift. Okay, I'm on the freeway right now, 70 miles per hour, and check out the RPM, over 2,000. I went ahead and put the 0 to 60 footage at the beginning of this video instead of later, because I want to talk about why more horsepower on this car would be nice. I want to elaborate a little more. So right now I'm doing 70 miles per hour. It's a straight road above 2 grand. So I'm guessing this car right now is in the 6th simulated gear ratio. If I switch to manual mode right now, yeah, it's in 6. So see what happens if I put it in 7, the RPM drops. But the problem with this car is any variation, any little grade, the speed drops. So that's telling me there's not enough torque in this car. So let me switch lanes here. I don't know why the car's beeping at me, but see, right now I'm in 7. So here's the thing. You could always just put it in drive and let the car decide for you. But what I like about the manual mode in this car, see, it went back to 6, I want 7. What I like about this car and this car's manual mode is it holds gear. It holds the gear that you want, even though it doesn't have the power. You saw earlier, it was holding 7, even though it needed a downshift, but since it's in manual mode, it's letting you make that decision of just leaving it in 7, even though it doesn't have the power to be in 7. So with more power, if this car had more power, not necessarily horsepower, but more torque, it'll be able to hold 7. And look how low the RPM is, 2,000 RPM. So let me go ahead and put it in normal drive right now. See, right now it wants to hold 7, but I'm at a regular grade right now. See, it went back up to 2, so it's going to a lower gear. See, 6. So no, let's leave it in 7. See, I want 7, which is cool because, like I said, in manual mode you could hold 7. So that's the beauty of playing with the manual mode. If you want to play a game, just leave it in manual mode, and you could hold that 7 gear. And lower RPM means better gas mileage. Right now, you know, I'm not losing any speed because I'm not going up a grade. But if I were going up a grade right now, then as you saw earlier, the speed drops like dramatically. So to get the power, to get it to, like, if you're in manual mode and you're going up a grade, if you want to just continue going 70 miles per hour, you just drop gear. Maybe you have to drop 1, and if it's really steep, maybe you got to go to 5. But see, what happens when you're in 5 is you're at 3,000 RPM, which this car has to be at to access the power because this car doesn't have much torque. Let's go back to 7. I'm just going down a grade right now, but that's how you do it. If you're unfamiliar with using manual mode in your car, that's what you do. And then if the conditions are correct, you know, if it's optimal conditions like right now, then 7, no problem, under 2000 RPM. But I'll go ahead and make a video about that. I'll make a more in-depth video about using the manual mode to get better fuel economy. Right now, this is really just a review on this car needing more torque, because it does. It needs about 50 foot-pounds more of torque. Going up a grade slightly right now. I'm in 7. Is the speed dropping? No, speed's staying. Well, it's not a 1%. It's not 1 degree like last time. See, even a 1 degree variation, the speed was, I think the speed dropped to like 60 earlier, even though I have cruise set to 70 miles per hour. So the reason why this car gets so much more power at $3,000 is that's where all the, I want to say, and I'll Google it later. Turn off cruise now. About to hit a turn. When I Google this, I'm pretty sure the peak torque, I believe, is 148 foot-pound, but I want to say it's like at 4,000 RPM. So this car, yeah, has no power under 2,000 RPM, and that's why when we were going up that grade, the speed was dropping dramatically. Okay, one more demo here. Let me get to speed. To get to 7th gear. Okay, so there's gear number 7. Okay, this is floored. I'm gonna floor it right now. No acceleration at all. I'm floored. Nothing's happening. So there's 0 power in the 7th ratio. So you got to go to like the 5th ratio. So you drop, the RPM climbs. I'm not even on the lines. This car, man, I need to turn that off. See, there's still a little power. I think it needs to be to 4 to get power. Yeah, not much power in this car. So I hope that demonstration was clear, so it makes a little more sense what I mean. You know, I'm not saying, let's go back to drive. I'm almost home here. I'm not saying this car needs the WRX motor or the STI motor. You know, I mean, it would be cool, but come on, 200 horsepower and like 200 foot-pounds of torque. That's all it needs. Just 200 and 200, around that number. Especially this trim. This is a freaking $30,000 car for 30 grand. 152, or is it 156? That's not cutting it at 30 grand. 20 grand, yeah, 152 and 148 is fine, but 3,200 pound vehicle. But like I said, Subaru sells every single one of these that they make. They're not hurting for sales. So, hey, Subaru's smart. Why invest money and, you know, make production more complex in a vehicle that you sell every single copy of? Makes no sense. So yeah, Subaru's smart. I gotta give them that. But hey, the car guy in me, the stat nerd in me, who wants to get good fuel economy and play the hyper miling game, yeah, I want a little more power so I could hold that under 2,000 RPM at 70. That's a really low RPM at under 70 miles per hour. So I do like fake manual mode because this car actually holds gear. But like I said, I'll do a review on the fake manual mode. It deserves its own separate video. Alright, that's Subaru Crosstrek Chronicles, episode 2. Engine off.